Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss about the database refresh activity. What does the meaning of the database refresh activity? Suppose I have two servers. Okay, we need to think that one of the server is a production server and another server is a QAT or test server. So here I can able to show you. So this is DBA SQL 02. Suppose this is a production server and SQL 01 is a test server. Okay, so in production and test server, there is I can able to see in the databases there is cognizant database is there here also, and if you go into the test server, there is cognizant database also. So we need to refresh this database from prod to non-prod server. Why we are doing the refresh, we will understand later. First we need to understand that why means how we will do this. So uh, suppose this is in the production server, there are a lot of the changes happen throughout the week. Now application team come and told that just take a copy of the and just take a backup of this database and refresh it to the non-prod database in the UAT or in the test server. Because why? The application team or the other team want to test on the UAT server. Because anything, if application team want to test in any of the databases, definitely he will test in the UAT or test server, not in the production server. So that's why he need copy of production servers. So here we come into the theoretical part, that what is exactly the DB refresh. It is a process of replacing the data in the target database at development, testing, UAT, QA environment with a fresh copy of data from a source database. Source database is generally we are considering a production database. From one data from one server to another server, we are copying data of any databases. Okay, so here is a production database, live database used by the customers. We can't able to do any testing or checking in the production database. That's why the application you want this refresh activity. UAT database used for user testing. DB refresh means take a backup of prod databases, restore it into the UAT servers, configure database setting as required, make sensitive data and validation application connectivity. But in between these steps, there are a few steps we need to understand we will do. After the refresh, the UAT database contain at latest production data. Why do we perform the DB refresh activity? As we have already discussed, testing with the real data, performance testing, bug reproductions, and user accepting testing. These are all the reason behind the application we want to do a refresh activity. And generally, the refresh activity working in the weekend. It is a downtime activity. Now, coming the production server. So in production, we need to first, what is the first step? We need to take the backup. First step, we need to take the backup of DB. Which DB we will do the refresh? Cognizant. Okay, before that, this is the first step. Second step, we need to take the user mapping or user backup from non prod server. Then in the third step, we need to copy the backup file from prod to non prod server. And in the fourth step, we need to refresh the DB in non prod. Fifth step, user backup is a script which we need to run in the non-prod server. Okay, so here are the 5 steps we need to do. First, we need to take a backup, fresh backup from a prod server. Prod server means this is SQL 02. We will take a prod backup. Then we need to copy the backup file in 01. But before that, in the non-prod server, we need to run one script for taking the users and logins. Okay, we will take the users and logins, and then what we will do, we will copy the backup file from prod to non-prod, and then we need to refresh in the non-prod, and then we need to run that particular script. Okay, so first I am taking the backup of this cognizant in this database. So as usually the backup, the same method, backup task backup, full backup we need to take. Here is the backup type full. I am removing this, adding. I am creating one another backup file of cognizant refresh dot bak. Clicking on OK, then OK. Then coming in the backup options, I'm compressing the size. Click on compressed. Then in the general, nothing, script it out. Then showing all the script with all the parameters. Then I'm clicking on execute. Okay, backup has been taken successfully. Okay, so where we have kept the backup file, here we have taken the cognizant restore.backup. Now in the second step, what we have discussed, we need to copy this backup file from production to non-prod. Okay, so I'm coming to the non-prod. Here it is. In the cognizant, we need to copy that backup file. So I'm clicking over here in the window explorer. I need to connect that network path. So for connecting the network path, you can able to connect to run WinR. Here is already it's there. You just click on OK. You'll get the path. It will take little bit of time as it is consuming my system CPU more because I have opened 2 servers. Yeah, it's open now. I wanted to go over here where we have kept the backup 2. Okay, here. So I'm copying it and I need to paste. Here I have created a folder. I'm deleting the previous one, pasting the current one. Okay, 1761 KB. Okay, just now we have taken the backup and this one is a backup file. Now we need to restore it. Restore means it's already there. We need to refresh it. What is the meaning of the restore and refresh? Restore means we are taking a backup of a database from one server and keep new in the secondary server or in the target server. And what is the meaning of the refresh? Refresh means already we have the database. We are just refreshing, updating some updates. Okay, we are just taking out the production database copy backup and we are pasting over here with some new updates, with some new. So we are refreshing it. Now let's database. Now we need to refresh the database with this cognizant. How can we refresh? The method is database. Right click. Here is the restore database option. Just click on that. don't be confused. For refreshing also we need to go in through this GUI method. Now you need to click over here, devices, click on these three devices. You need to add that restore file, means backup file, where you have taken the backup. We have taken the restore file, we have kept restore. Here we have kept. So we have cognizant restore backup. Click on OK. Okay. So here we have selected. Now the most important point comes into the file. Here, if you want, you can able to see where you are keeping the data file, log file, NDF file. If you want to displace, if you want to move somewhere else, you can through here, but no need to click right now. Option. So this is a most important point. While restoring, you don't need to click anything, but while refreshing, you need to keep this box tick, override the existing database with replace. That means we are replacing the existing database with override. Okay, so you must have to, this is only the difference between the restore and the refresh, that we need to click this box while refreshing it. Okay, now if you want, you can script it out, or you can directly click OK. Everything is fine. I'm scripting out. I generally use the script method because if I'll get any error, then I can be able to see. So look, we are restoring. While restoring, this is a small database. Okay, we are keeping with recovery. Okay, but if the big database, you need to keep in the non-recovery because it will take time. Might some other users may have some doing the work, so you need to keep the database in the suspend in the stop mode. Okay, so we are taking this. Click on that. Okay, so the refresh has been done successfully. And the second method, I forgot to tell you, in the second method we need to before refreshing it, we need to run a script. Here, give me 1 second, system get count. So yeah, so this is a method, this is a script we need to run before doing the refresh in the non-prod server. This is a script. Once you run the script, for my, there is a not required because it is a small database, the user is very small, so we need to run that script. Whatever the outputs are there, we need to run that output after doing this refresh activity. Why? Because whatever the users in and logins are present, suppose here users and logins have been come in SQL 01, it's means I have run the script and it come dr1 and dr2. This is 02. Okay, means this is a test server and this is a prod server. System got hanged. So here you can able to see in the cognizant and security, if you go users dr1. So for taking out all the users and logins from prod to non-prod, you need to run that script after doing the refresh activity in the non-prod server. Okay, so here I'm not writing executing the script because it's not required, but you need to do that. So hope you understand how to do the refresh activities. If you like the videos, subscribe to DBA Guidance. Thank you.